I'm coming through, I'm coming through.
Thought I was the menace to society in this family.
Well, not anymore. And I'm sure the Burkharts are gonna be up any minute now complaining about the noise.
Let them knock themselves out. They want to live somewhere quiet. Tell them to move to a mortuary. It ain't nighttime now. Hell, I'll just buy their apartment.
Todd, you know what? I love the way that you think. If someone bothers you, you just buy them out.
I don't like this businessman thing. It's a lot more like football than I thought it was going to be. Difference is, football, I was born with my talent. Business, I inherited it.
Oh, yes, you did. Watch out. Oh, lots of it.
Yep. And now with $28 million, I can buy my own stadium. Now they play by my rules. Keep you off roller skates, the world's my oyster.
Oh.
What? You all right? Hey. Is it the baby? Are you okay?
The newspapers.
Thank you, Carlota.
So what, you get like a massage every morning?
No, just Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Carlota?
May I have some more coffee, please?
Of course. Mr. Vickers, something more for you?
No, Carlotta, nothing for me today. But from now on, do you think I could get eggs and some kind of meat for breakfast? I know I'm married to a doctor, but it's what I want.
Yes, Mr. Vickers. I'll see that you get it.
Thanks.
Thank you, Carlotta.
De nada.
Getting just a teeny bit pushy with the help, aren't we?
Why not? She works for me now, too. And I intend to make my stay here in your gilded cage as pleasurable and as painless as possible. Now, may I please have a newspaper? Thanks.
Oh, no!
What's wrong, honey?
Look. Don't you have something to say?
I think it's really quite tasteful.
Tasteful as compared to what?
Oh, good morning.
Morning. I'm sorry to just drop by, but,
Oh, come in, please.
oh, thank you. I just wanted to make sure that you're all right.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just fine. But thank you for being so concerned. Would you care for some coffee? Lois just made fresh coffee.
Oh, thank you, but actually,
If this is about last night, I appreciate your concern, but I have to tell you that last night I just had to get away. I had to. I mean, I had to get away from Dorian and from Beau and all those incessant questions that he kept asking. I mean, I don't blame him, of course, but it was just all too much. Too much.
have you spoken to Joey?
Joey was in no mood to be spoken to.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Well, I can understand that. You know, I was kind of thrown myself when I heard you saying that you couldn't swear to what Dorian had told you. You were so sure before.
I just don't know what to tell you, Clint.
Well, tell me how you got from point A to point B. First, you swore that Dorian confessed to killing your father. And now you say you don't think she did. What made you change your story?
bought these stupid things. Pregnant woman on roller skates. I should never have let you do this.
Todd, I'm all right. I just got a little queasy for a second, that's all.
You should call a doctor.
You should call me. I'm going to be fine. I've got a doctor's appointment this afternoon, and I couldn't get there any earlier anyway. Besides, it's just a little morning sickness. It's normal. It's wonderful.
Wonderful? What, you like feeling like you're... I mean, you looked a little green there.
Well, I am going to enjoy every nauseating moment. Because it reminds me that I am going to have a baby.
Yeah, this kid's never going near roller skates, I'll tell you that.
You know, Todd, I've never felt like this in my whole life. I mean, there's a part of me that feels really awful and sick and all jumbled up inside. Then there's another part that feels... I just feel so wonderful. Knowing, God, I'm building a baby. Todd, we're going to have a baby.
Next time you lace these things up, the kid's gonna be in grade school. You got that?
You know, I was thinking that maybe we should redo this place. Make it our own. You know, get rid of some of this leftover Aunt Dorian aura. I mean, what do you think? How would you like to redecorate?
I was thinking maybe we should move, you know? Bigger place, more comfortable, somewhere you can put your feet up. This place that, I don't know. All this art around here just collecting dust.
Sounds good to me.
The thing that's important to me is I don't want it to be stuffy or serious, you know? I kind of like something to be fun. Maybe a pinball machine or two, you know, like the old kind. We can hear the counter kind of clicking around, and you got to lift it like a foot before it tilts. I want a pool table. Always wanted a pool table.
Why don't you buy roadies? Then you'll have all the comforts of home.
Yeah, you're right. Well, what kind of place you want to live in?
I don't know. How about a sleek, modern, minimal? What?
Oh, come on, Blair. You don't exactly shop minimal. I mean, look at all this stuff.
Well, true. And I cannot believe all of the stuff that we bought yesterday. Can you?
And after signing so many checks, I started to wish I had a shorter name.
Well, Lord is a shorter name.
Don't even kid about that. I mean, Manning's not exactly the greatest name, but maybe I should be Todd X. You think I can sign that on checks?
You know, Todd, speaking of checks, you might have to write another one.
Sure. What for?
Well, you know the money that I borrowed from Cassie to pay for Mother at St. Anne's.
Yeah.
Well, and I was going to go over there this afternoon to see Mother, and, well, I thought that maybe I could give them some money in advance, because I was so late last month, you know, on the payment and all.
Here, open these.
Todd, this is my name on it, too.
Come on, what, you wanted me to write you an allowance or something? Here, you write whatever you need. You keep this box of checks, I'll order another.
Are you serious?
Look, Blair, we're married. What's yours is mine, and what's mine is yours. I mean, look, when I had Diddley, you shared what you had. I mean, you bought more than your share of drinks.
Right, Todd. I don't believe that is exactly the same as a checking account with a half a million
No,
bucks
it is.
in
It's exactly the same thing. You shared what you had, now I'm sharing what I have.
Todd, I think that is the most wonderful
Okay,
thing.
yeah, well, whatever, okay. Look, not even you can spend $28 million in a day. So what, you feeling better?
Todd.
me see that rag.
Excuse me. Thanks.
You know, up until recently, that was your rag.
Yes, well, I'm beginning to regret that I ever sold it, especially now, knowing that it is in Todd Manning's unwashed hands.
Well, maybe you should have thought of that before you let Arthur Vandenberg talk you into selling it to the trust fund. Now, if you don't mind...
Excuse me.
Could I please inject a little reality into the morning proceedings? As lovely as it is to have breakfast with my blushing bride in our new opulent home,
My opulent home. Thank you very much.
for the next 6 months, it's ours. By the way, that brings me to my point. Just what are our lives supposed to be like?
You mean as opposed to the living hell they are now?
No, no, no. As a happily married couple.
You can do whatever you want, whenever you want. Just do it discreetly. Oh, but wait, here's a novel idea. Why don't you think about getting a job?
I just married a millionaire. Why would I want a job?
Of course, you'll be getting an allowance, but don't you think you need a job to keep you off the streets?
Wait. An allowance? Dorian, I have needs that have to be met, okay? I'm gonna need credit cards, new clothes, a new car.
Oh! Black Widow. When... How dare they? That tired phrase. Oh, you'll... Commissioner of Police Bo Buchanan says the case of Victor Lord's murder remains open. Quote, we're going to go back over the evidence with a fine-tooth comb. We expect to make a determination shortly as to whether or not to file new charges. Unquote. Fine-tooth comb. I'd like to go over Bo Buchanan's innards with a fine-tooth comb. We're going to have to get that diary. Irene Manning's diary. From the police.
Just like that, huh?
Yes, just like that. Tell them you want it back. It is, after all, your property, technically.
Oh, sure, that'll work. Give me that. It's mine.
Or, would you rather go back to jail?
No one discovered the forged entry the first time they went over it, and they were looking for it. Why would they discover it this time?
I don't mean to keep pushing it, Vicky, but I've been up with this all night. I just don't understand how you could have been so sure that Dorian murdered your father, and now she shows up, and suddenly you retract your statement.
Well, you know, Clint, that was a terrible, terrible time for me. I was in such emotional turmoil. I had a car accident, a concussion. I mean, I'm not even sure of the sequence of events. How can I possibly be sure of the facts, especially under oath?
If you heard Dorian say out loud that she murdered your father, how could you not be sure?
Well, possibly because that is something that I have imagined, no, dreamed of hearing Dorian say for years. Look, there is no one on this earth who wants to see Dorian pay for this crime more than I do. But I will not, I cannot lie just to tip the balance scales of justice in my favor.
Tell me a little bit more about this blackout.
Well, there's nothing really to tell. I mean, it was obviously a result of the concussion, and it is nothing to worry about.
It was enough to worry you. I mean, about Nikki Smith. That's what you told Renee.
Well, isn't that the first thing that you would have thought of as well? But we know that Nikki hasn't been a problem for me for years. Besides which, Clint, you got to know Nikki pretty well, didn't you? Surely you would know if Nikki was around.
Jessica?
Oh, hi, Dad.
Is that how you're going to school?
Mom doesn't have a problem with it. Hello? Yeah. Hold on. Mom, it's Dorian. She said she wants to talk to you.
Thank you, Jessica. Yes?
Have you seen this morning's papers?
I have no wish to speak with you.
Well, I wish to speak to you. So if you cannot talk from Landfair, you better figure out a place and a time where we can meet.
Jessica, you're kind of overdoing it on the makeup, aren't you? And that outfit.
Dad, I like it. I mean, Kelly helped me with the makeup, and she let me borrow these clothes. She dresses like this. It's not like I'm a freak or anything.
Kelly? Who's Kelly?
A friend of mine. She's a senior. She's so cool. Well, gotta go. See ya.
Oh,
What the heck is it with Dorian? What's she doing? And calling you at home?
For some reason that I will never understand, she felt compelled to call me to thank me for telling the truth last night.
Yeah, well, I wish someone could get Dorian to tell the truth.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't realize it was so late. I have so many appointments to keep. I'll walk you out.
Oh, do you mind if I stick around and make a few phone calls? It's banner business, and they're local calls, I promise.
Certainly. Call Kathmandu if you like. And Clint, thank you again for your concern. But I'm fine. Really, I'm fine.
Hiking up. I can't believe that you gave me all this money to play with.
Oh, man. Revenge is sweet. The way this town treated me the last couple of years, they're gonna have to change their tune.
It's too bad that money can't buy everything.
What, you mean like love and stuff like that?
No, I was thinking actually about Melodor. I mean, I've only got a year lease on that office, and I'm sure Ace is going to be ragging me the whole time, making my life completely miserable.
Well, screw him. Company's gonna make a mint. Let him eat his shriveled little heart out.
Yeah. It's just that in a year from now, Melodor's going to be taking off, and, well, I'm going to have to get new office space. Well, at least Gord's not involved with it anymore, just his mean old granddaddy.
Oh, Mommy! Hi. Hi. Ooh, thank you for watching them this morning.
Oh, that's okay. My pleasure.
Where did you go, Mom?
Well, Oh, look, there's Dean and Sophie over there. Did you say hi to them?
Not yet. Okay.
Go, okay.
All right. Well, yeah.
Tina, look, this is no big deal. You really don't need to hide it.
I don't want my babies thinking I'm crazy.
Just because you are in therapy does not mean that you're crazy. I think you should tell them. Let them know that when an adult has a problem, this is what they do. This is who they go talk to for help. So what exactly did you talk about, if I'm not prying by asking?
Well, David, mostly, and how I have this gift for falling in love with con men who don't love me back, and they treat me rotten, and then they run off and marry someone else.
Yeah, now, wait a minute. That was Kane Rogan who did that. It's not like that's a pattern.
You haven't heard, have you?
What?
David married Dorian.
They got married? What am I saying? I don't know why I should be surprised by that.
Why not? I was. Because I was just such an idiot. I was so in love with him, and I just...
All right. Okay.
Joe Scully, you are a man of many talents.
She's flirting with danger.
You're not the first person to be hurt by her, Kevin. Just the most recent.
His trust has been betrayed.
Could I just tell him, let him in on what's going on?
If you tell Kev, you put his life in danger, too.
Will a partnership in revenge
If we do not pull this off, I will lose the man that I love.
destroy her partnership in life?
From now on, Lucy, you're on your own.
Lucy's Dilemma. General Hospital, only on ABC Daytime.
Aren't these the cutest little things you've ever seen, Mama?
Are you happy, Blair?
Oh, Mama, don't I look happy?
But you don't love Todd.
Well, we're getting along, though.
I thought you married him because he was rich. And you're not pregnant. That's what you told me.
That's true, but... Mama, don't you remember the last time that I was here? I told you that I am pregnant. I really am pregnant. Well, it's a good thing, too, because Asa's been talking to Todd and telling him stories about how I faked a pregnancy when I was married to him.
You didn't love Asa either. And you hated being married to him. Asa was bad.
I know, Mama, he was, but don't worry. Todd is not one little bit like Asa Buchanan.
Whoever told you clothes make the man sure exaggerated. Just called me in time. I was heading out. I gotta admit, I'm a little curious. What else do you want to know about that witch you married? Did you finally figure out she's about as pregnant now as she was when she pulled that stunt on me? And I can give you a few pointers on her next move.
I'm here to offer you a business deal. Well, that shut you up. So, you interested in listening?
Look, Tina, I'm glad that you're doing this. Hey, it's good that you're finally taking responsibility for your own life instead of blaming all your problems on things that other people do. That's good. As far as David Vickers is concerned, I'm sorry, but that jerk belongs in jail.
I just thought if I could believe he loved Dorian, even though it would make me sick, I would feel better. But I do believe it, and I don't feel better. I just feel sick. I hate him.
Hey.
Hey, you ready to go?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, come on, I'll walk you out.
Okay.
You first, huh?
So,
Jay.
Hey. Hold on.
Alan, scotch. Really old, really good, really expensive.
David Vickers. Well, I thought that was you I saw skulking around here like some kind of a weasel. I got a few words for you, pal. So you better listen up.
You lost your mind calling me at Landfair. And by the way, you look completely ridiculous.
I couldn't afford to be recognized.
Oh, and no one in this town is going to recognize your 4-block-long limousine. Oh, you are a master of subtlety. You had better have a damned good reason for summoning me here.
I do. We are in deep trouble.
Anything you've got to say?
Maybe you married Dorian because the two of you have cooked up some new scam. Maybe you married her because you finally figured out that you two deserve each other. And maybe you married her because she's just plain good in bed. Whatever the reason is, I know that it's not because you fell so much in love with each other.
What makes you so sure?
Because the two of you are incapable of loving anyone but yourselves.
Well, thanks for your keen insight.
So I'm thinking, David Vickers, why did he do it? Well, hey, it's Vickers. Of course he did it for the money. What about Dorian? Well, maybe she was just looking for another young stud to service her. This time she got herself a cheap gigolo, huh?
Cord, you don't know anything about anything. And if you ever touch me again, I'll rip your head off.
See, now I'm scared. Listen, you want to stay here in Llanview, you go ahead and do it, because there's not a whole lot I can do about that. But if you ever go anywhere near Tina or my kids again, I'm the one who's going to start ripping off body parts from their original locations. You remember that, huh?
Okay, I'll listen.
Gee, thank you.
I'm not promising any deal.
Ground rules.
Go ahead.
I don't want you bad-mouthing my wife anymore. I don't care what kind of a sick setup you guys had when you were married. It's different with us, totally different.
Is that right?
She's pregnant. I have the proof.
Now, the only thing to worry about, who's the daddy?
I'm the father. And I know that because Blair told me. She's been straight with me from the beginning, so no more cracks. Now, I think I want to buy the Omega building.
And what makes you think I want to sell it?
Look, I know the only reason you bought it was to protect your little grandson, Cord, from big, bad Blair. So now their history, why would you want it? Unless you like being tied to someone that you say you hate so much.
Nothing would make me happier than to make your pockets a little lighter and to get that building off my back and let you deal with Blair's company when it goes belly up.
Cool. So you give me a good price?
Of course. $2 million.
Hey, I did some checking. I know what that pile of rocks is worth. I'll give you 1.5.
I'm getting bored. Meet me halfway. 1.8.
Halfway is 1.75.
7.7.
Okay. So, you know, it's going to take me a little while to sell off all the stock, but I'll be back when I have the money. Oh, and the other thing is they told me that I'd be having a really sweet deal if I got it for anything less than $2 million.
Your sources are off about a few $100,000.
Is that so?
Oh, by the way, when you get the plans for the building, check the heating system. It needs some work, and air conditioning, too.
Thanks for the tip.
Lots of work. $250,000.
So where is your problem?
Don't you see? Bo is going to obsess about Irene Manning's diary until he has conclusive proof that that final entry is a fraud. Then I'll be back on death row.
Dorian, you are overreacting.
No, I am not. You promised me that that evidence would vanish before something like this could happen.
Yes, I did.
So what have you done about it?
Will you calm down? I will take care of it.
When? I want something done now.
I will take care of it. Now, why don't you go home and take a tranquilizer? And do not ever, ever call me at Landfair again.
Oh, and what was I supposed to do?
You were supposed to not call me at Landfair. Now, which part of not didn't you understand?
All right, while we're worrying about protocol, why don't we discuss what is going to happen to all of this when you finally decide to let Vicky have her life back again? Oh. You don't intend to let her come back, do you?
I'm happy about the baby. You know, when Todd made me take that home pregnancy test, I thought, well, that's it. Game's over. And I'm glad I didn't say anything stupid. You know what happened this morning?
What?
I had morning sickness. Mama, what's the matter? What is it?
I don't remember.
Mama, you don't remember what?
I don't remember being pregnant. I carried you. I must have carried you 9 months. You're my baby. I must have.
Mama,
I must
Mama,
have.
Mama. We're gonna do this together, all right? And I'm gonna share everything with you. So that we are gonna be pregnant together. And I am gonna tell you everything, all right? You know something? Since I wasn't able to be around you when I was a little girl, I'm gonna give this baby everything that I can, Mama.
I'm sorry, Blair. I wish I...
Shh, Mama. Don't you be sorry. And since you weren't able to be around me when I was a little girl, I'm gonna give you everything, and you know what? You are gonna be a wonderful grandmother. And this little baby right here is gonna know that it has 2 parents that love it very much. And a sweet, wonderful Grandma Addie that loves it very, very much.
Thank you, Sarah. I wish I could remember.
You will, Mama. You will. Can't wait for you to meet Todd. Your son-in-law. What do you laugh? What's funny? What?
Asa was my son-in-law.
Oh.
I'm glad he's not anymore.
Me too. Oh, you'll like Todd. Oh, Mama, I'm going to have the family that I always dreamed about. I mean, look at us. Here we are with a baby on the way and everything.
What about Todd? What's his family like?
The Lord. Oh, Mama, I don't think Todd wants to have anything to do with him.
Why is that funny?
Because, Mama, they're just freaking out. And I love it. I absolutely love it.
Dad, I didn't know you were still here.
Well, don't sound so happy to see me.
Dad, I know you're going to ream me out about what I'm wearing and stuff, but I just do not want to go back to...
Ream you out? That's a little vivid, isn't it? But frankly, I do want to continue our conversation. Now, this girlfriend of yours, what was her name, Kelly?
Yeah?
She's older than you, isn't she?
So?
I just don't want you to get dragged along too fast, that's all.
So what are you going to do, confiscate my wardrobe?
Hey, wait a minute, young lady. You keep talking to me in that tone of voice, I just might do that.
Sorry.
I think I'm going to talk to your mother some more about this.
Dad, I told you, she doesn't care.
Oh, no, wait a minute. I know that she is busy and...
No, she doesn't care.
She really doesn't?
Yeah.
Jessica, how does your mother seem to you right now? I mean, you know, in general.
She seems kind of bummed out. I mean, first Sloan, and now Dorian and David. And then Todd Manning is my uncle. I mean, aren't you bummed?
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that. But, do you think she's all right? I mean, considering all that?
Yeah, she seems okay.
I certainly hope so.
I don't understand. If you stay out here, then what happens to Vicky?
There is no need for you to concern yourself with that.
Oh, but I am concerned. When I saw Vicky before she went to wherever she has gone to, she swore up and down that if David was a fraud, that the evidence must be fraudulent too. Now, she is going to see right away that my marriage to David is nothing more than each of us trying to protect ourselves against the other's testimony.
I understand your concern, Dorian, and as I said, you don't have to worry about that or any of your other problems, all right? Clint told Joey about your marriage to David, so you won't be seeing him again. I'm fairly certain of that.
Yes. Joe came to see me just after he was told. Just about killed me, really, seeing him in so much pain.
Well, the more pain for Joey, the better. He will get over you that much sooner.
How can you be so cold about him?
Dorian, I'm not cold. I am dispassionate, perhaps. You seem to forget that Joey is Victoria's son. He is not mine.
I really do love him, you know.
Well, get over it. You're twice his age. With David Vickers, the difference is merely laughable. With Joey, it ought to be illegal.
Well, it wasn't my idea to marry David Vickers. Oh, he's so stupid in love with Tina.
I will handle David. Don't worry about him.
Yes. But can Vicky handle him? You see, you still haven't answered.
This is truly tiresome, you know that? I keep giving you answers, and you still don't understand.
You have not answered my question. All you have done is evade. And you keep saying that you're doing everything to protect Vicky. Well, it seems as though you are protecting her right out of existence. How can she come back? Vicky is not like you. Or She wasn't like you?
She's not dead, you know. You don't need to refer to her in the past tense. In fact, Victoria is very much alive and perfectly comfortable where she is.
Which is where, exactly?
She is very deep down, which is where she needs to stay until everything is in perfect order.
And then she can come back?
Yes, of course, then she can come back. Until then, it would be far too painful for her.
I see. What if things are never perfect?
Then the time will never be right for Victoria to return.
Never?
I'm gonna put you on speakerphone, okay? Mr. Vandenberg told me to call you. I want to unload some of my, the portfolio, whatchamacallit.
How much of it?
Enough to net 1.77 million bucks. I'm gonna move into real estate.
Would you reconsider selling the intruder?
No. No, just look over what else I got and sell something off for good bucks. Find out what you can, and then get back to me, okay?
Will do.
Will do. Today, the Omega Building. Tomorrow, Cord and his freaky family will be out of Blair's life for good.
And flapjacks. Oh, and a bagel with cream cheese and lots of jam. And do you have, Danish?
I'll check and see.
Great.
Is that a short stack of flapjacks?
Absolutely not. I'm eating for two now.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, be careful now. You don't want that kid growing into a giant until after he's born.
Just get the food, all right?
Vicky, hi.
Hello, Tina.
I just want to let you know, I saw a shrink this morning.
Oh, did you really? Well, good. I think that therapy will be very good for you.
Yeah, I think it'll help me get over all these self-destructive patterns that I've been stuck in lately.
Well, I'm very happy for you.
Vicky, I thought with everything that you've been through, that maybe you might like to see a therapist too. You know, to just help you work through it all.
Well, Tina, I don't really think it would do me much good. You know, whatever has happened, it's over and done with now, isn't it? David and Dorian are married, and while it may seem that they have escaped punishment, frankly, I believe that being locked in matrimony is more than enough punishment for both of them.
But they love each other.
For the moment, yes. Anyway, it's all over with, isn't it? For better or for worse.
Please go clean another room. I want to be alone.
Yes, Mr. Vickers. I'll get that.
Whoever it is, tell him nobody's home. Tina, I don't know if I can do this. I'm trapped with Dorian for at least 6 months. There's got to be a way out of this.
Mr. Vickers?
Senor Vickers, no está aquí, okay?
But...
What do you want?
You David Vickers?
Yeah, I'm David Vickers.
I'm here to take you down to the station, sir. There's a few questions.
Well, I'm sorry, this is not a very good time for me right now.
Then I'm sorry, too, because this isn't a request.
Tomorrow, don't miss the season's most shocking NYPD Blue. Because of adult language, viewer discretion is advised.